Hey everyone, welcome to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. I am Bess McCarty, coach for network marketers in business and life, and also called the Shrink of MLM. And every Monday through Friday, we bring you, Jeffrey David Gamble and I bring you this generic show sponsored by our generic school, the MLM Millionaire Academy, School for Network Marketers. And our purpose is to help people grow, to educate, equip, and empower entrepreneurs and create independent servant leaders, and to give back to this profession. If you're watching the replay, please type that in because I want to thank you for that. And if you are here to be a better leader, please type in yes. Today is the law of connection, John Maxwell's leadership law number 10. And this is one of the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership that John Maxwell wrote about in this book. And this is the number one leadership book in the world, written by the number one leadership expert in the world. So every day, every weekday, we bring you one of these 21 laws so that we can all learn, people who want to, that's so that we can learn deeper and better. How this law applies to our network marketing business, to all businesses, to all family, community life, everything in our life. So I really love these. Let's see. Let me start out by inviting some people here. And I'm going to invite Max and Soha, Shaf, David, Brandy, Nancy, Jim. So it is a sunny day here in Kansas, Hays, Kansas. Wonder where it's like where you are. I know the Go Pro Recruiting Mastery is on right now, so I know some of these people that I'm inviting are actually there. And I just posted a wonderful first hour view of that event, and you could find that on my Facebook page. That's an incredible epic talk by Eric Worre that's very, very powerful, and I think speaks for all of us as far as our fears, where we're coming from, how network marketing stretches us. And you know, he reached a point where he said, well, what else? What else can I do but go forward network marketing? What else am I going to do? And a lot of people don't have a better option, or they know that their job isn't going to last them in their life, or they're not ultimately going to be happy there. So I think a lot of us can relate to that, who are born entrepreneurs, red heart. So okay, we'll get to the topic here. Oh, welcome Shamala, and welcome Kindness, glad to see you. It's an incredible topic today. The law of connection, which means a leader touches a heart before they ask a hand. And isn't that just sort of common sense? Hi, Jeff, welcome. So I can't imagine somebody having a pet or a dog and saying, come here, or stay, or some command, or don't run out in the street, If they don't have a heart connection with that dog, if they don't have a relationship with them, then can you imagine the pet responding? If you're asking the pet to come to you, but they don't know you, or they don't like you, or you haven't given them love, can you imagine them responding to a request that you make? And it's the same way with people, isn't it? So welcome everybody. Glad you're here. Glad you're watching. If you're watching the replay, of course, let me know that. And since this is about the law of connection, I would like to connect with you right now. I would love if you type in an emoji, or just drop an emoji or two into the comments to let me know how you're feeling today. What's your current state? Because I want to connect with you. When I say how are you, I really mean that. So I'd like to hear or see how you are, or any comment that you would like to leave. So I want to make this interactive. So the law of connection, John Maxwell says, connect with people emotionally before moving them to action. And the bigger the challenge, the stronger the connection's going to be. And I'm thinking again of a parent or a child. If a parent's asking a child to do something tough, like I know of a network marketing mom who wanted to do she was working during the day, single mom of a little young son, I think just, maybe 8 or 9 years old, something like that. And, or maybe even a little bit younger. So she wanted to make at least 3 calls every night. And she asked her son to come into her office with her and do his homework while she made her calls. But he always was throwing a fit and wanted her attention and everything. But eventually he did catch on. He said, okay, you're working on your goals. I figure you're working so hard for your goals, I can work for my goals. So eventually he did. But can you imagine a parent asking a child to do that when they didn't have a love connection, when they didn't have a love bond already? Because she was asking a child to do something that was just a little bit of a stretch for that age. Sit quietly for half an hour, and do your homework while I make my calls. That was maybe a lot to ask of that age of that child. And so she was asking him to stretch, grow up a little bit, be more mature. And eventually he did. He eventually said, Mom, I figured if you can work on your goals so hard, I can work on my homework without throwing a hissy fit. and I'm just thinking how that was a little bit of a challenge, but you could tell that love bond had to be there between them for that to happen. So, hey, welcome, Dawn. How are ya, my dear Dawn? And everybody here. So, leaders touch a heart before they ask a hand. And they relate to the individual person. Even if we're speaking to a group of people, pretend you're speaking to one person at a time. Just focus in on one. Don't speak to the over group. Speak to as though you're speaking personally, person to person. Hello. So that often helps. And I know of a grandmother or a lady who had a grandmother, and she said, I always felt like I was a favorite. She said, I know I wasn't, because she had a lot of grandchildren. But when you were with her, you got the feeling like you were the only one in the world. She gave your complete attention and value. So what we can do to increase our connection with people is believe in ourself and our vision, because first we have to connect with ourself, right? And actually, when I was preparing this today and I was thinking, okay, connect with others before I ask them to lend a hand, and the bigger the challenge, the more connection you need. I thought, hey, it's the same with me. If I'm asking myself to do something kind of stretchy, work longer hours or give up a little sleep or do something with tech, like setting up my iPhone took hours and hours and hours of glitches and all this stuff that happened. And if I'm asking myself to do that, then can I love myself? Can I connect with myself and say, okay, after this is done, we're going to have some, you get to read, or you get to watch a YouTube of your favorite YouTube or something like that, or you get to go for a walk, you get to exercise, which feels good to me. It's a treat for me to make time to do that, or your favorite meal or something like that. But how can I love myself and connect with myself before I ask myself to do a hard thing? Because some people, it's reaching out and prospecting, facing their fear of rejection and all that. So can we love ourselves? I keep thinking of a parent and a child because I am a mother, and I know that, and when I had my dog Charlie, I know that the more love connection there, the more I'm able to ask without resistance. So that goes for me too. Do I meet my needs? Do I care about my feelings and needs? Do I do nice things that I love doing and follow my passions and honor my feelings, which speak about my needs? Do I take as good care of myself as I would my child or my dog before I ask myself to do something difficult? Because there's an inner child in there that needs that and that will resist if not. So number one tip is believe in ourselves and our vision. Be open and sincere with people. That's how we make a connection. In other words, they can sense our sincerity. And I'll add to this that I'm focused on the good of them and the good of the whole rather than wanting to use them for my own means, because people can sense that. They don't trust that, right? So they won't connect with me if I want to use them, if I'm not focusing on their good or the good of the whole and everybody's. Hello, David. Welcome. How are you today? So everybody that's on here is a really cool person, you guys. You might want to follow these people, very special people to have in my life. In fact, I know so many cool people that I don't see negativity ever in my Facebook feed. It's just full of wonderful people. When people say they see it, I don't know where they find it. But one thing you can do is go and connect with people on Facebook, people that you know and you want to stay in touch with. Be sure that you comment, share their stuff, because then I think Facebook puts that in your feed, is more likely to fill your feed with positive people. So what we put out, we get back, right? Okay, so you guys, thank you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so know people's names, their histories, their goals. And I do like to go on Facebook before I connect with somebody again to see what's happening with them lately, like catch up. And a friend of mine said it's almost like a diary that we write. So if somebody wants to know how you are and they haven't yet looked at your Facebook page, that means that I don't care how they are. I want them to repeat or tell me instead of going to write what they already wrote. So it just makes sense to me to check out what they've already expressed, what's in their heart, what they've put out. Where are they now? Did they just go on a vacation? Did they have a baby, a grandchild, or get married or something like that? So I go and check it out and find out. Facebook is so awesome for that. I'm really grateful for it. So we know people's names, histories, and we speak to their goals and dreams. As Tom Chenault says, speak into their hearing. In other words, speak what matters to them and where they're coming from, and into their heart. Next tip, practice what you preach. In other words, I say to do these things. Do I do them in my life? I am endeavoring to. I'm aiming to, and I think I'm getting better all the time, but still a lot of room for improvement on all this stuff. But that's okay, because if I improve 1% a day, I improve 365% a year, so it's okay. Okay, so remove barriers like physical distance and culture backgrounds and all of that. Remove the distance. Meet people in person when we can, if not video, FaceTime, Skype. But see how we can remove any barriers, understand their culture, know about it. If I'm going to be interacting with somebody from another country, another culture, I can brush up on that so that I can speak their language, kind of stand in their shoes. And it also helps to know the 4 personalities, doesn't it? And you like Jeffrey David Gamble, my partner in teaching this show. I like the 4 personalities. The DISC is what we both like to use, and that is the dominant person, the influential or fun-loving person, the S or the steady relationship type person, or the C, the more intellectual, conscientious person. So when you understand the personality of that person, we don't take things personally. We can slow down, speak their language, or speed up and speak in bullet points of that person, getting down to the business or bottom line, or tell a joke for the fun person. So we can speak their language. That's a good way to connect too. And then focus on them, believe in the team, and offer direction for them. So that shows working for the good of them and not just me. It's helpful to ask questions, to listen. What do you guys need? What's your biggest blocks? How can I best help you? How can I support you? Whereas one friend says to his wife, how can I make life more wonderful for you? So we can always ask, can't we? We can ask what people need, but we can also listen as well. Welcome, Fernando. Good to see you. So again, I'd love to see an emoji from you. Since this is the law of connection today, I'd love to see an emoji, how you feel today. Or words is also good. I'd like to read something from my lovely friend Denise Chenault. She posted this. She didn't write this, but she posted this. Thank you for the likes and loves too. Appreciate that. And if you know of people who could get value from this and increase their connection with people, love if you tag them, share with them, or even share in another Facebook group that could be watching this live at the same time. That's part of the law of connection, reaching out beyond ourselves, thinking what can other people use, not just me coming here for food for thought and where I can grow for lunch or breakfast or dinner, wherever you are in the world. But okay, this is just such a beautiful way to be and use this law of connection that Denise Chenault posted. It's called The Practice from Sacred Spaces. And just kind of absorb this. See how this feels to you. I am a safe landing place for others. I am a safe landing place for others. I embody presence, clear of judgment. And I hold connection more important than competition, and support over expectation. When I hold the space for someone, I send them the message that they matter just as they are. My heart serves as an invitation for others to show up and share their brightest, most authentic light. What a gift I give to the world when I choose to remain open. Don't you feel good? I feel good when I hear that. I feel good when I read it and say it. If I heard somebody say this, I would want to be around them. That's very attractive. Feels good. Feels good to be it and to be around it. So, I'll post that below. But I like being a safe place for others and keeping clear of judgment, which for me sneaks in. You know, I'll have my, oh, that person should be this way or that way, or they need this or that, they need to learn this or that to be a better person, instead of just focusing and being open. And it might surprise me. That might not be true at all about that person. But to be accepted as we are and let our brightest, truest, authentic self shine. Awesome. Connecting with others. Going to read you something from John Maxwell's Becoming a Person of Influence on his chapter on connecting with people. And he says, measure your current connection. How strong is your connection with the top people whose lives you are influencing? Top people. If you're a network marketer, that could be the ones on your team, or it could even be somebody that you love in your family. Do you know the key to each person's life? Have you established common ground? That is such a connection. Like, oh, you love dogs too, I love dogs too. You love skiing, I love skiing too. Are there common experiences that bond you together? Is your connection, if it's not as strong as it could be, remember he said you are the initiator. Don't just say, well, it's that person doesn't want to connect. You know, you make the, in other words, am I extending the connection? Like, I realized that my brother, I have a brother in Illinois, I'm in Kansas. I see him every year or so. And I realized that he's very, very busy, and that he calls me when he has little pockets of time to say hello, you know. And so usually, most of the time, I can pick up the phone at that time, because I know he's just calling for a couple minutes, and he just has a few minutes here and there driving somewhere. So I let him call me because it's the time of his choice. So I thought, hey, Bess, wait a minute. You could still call him and leave a message and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. You could reach out too. It doesn't have to be just one way. You know, most of the time he will not pick up the phone, but he still gets the message. And what if he could pick up the phone right then? So I've been doing that, reaching out the other way too. That doubles our connection. Rather than just waiting for him to call me, I can reach out and I can say, hey, thinking of you, how are you? I know you can't pick up the phone, but I love you and I wonder how you are. So, we can be an initiator. And he says, connect at a deeper level. If you've never spent any meaningful time with the top people in a non-professional setting, schedule some time to do that in the next coming month. Now, I know some network marketers might, prepare a retreat or a getaway weekend, include their spouses, or have a barbecue in their backyard for their whole team or something like that. Take something informal, connect on a deeper level besides just business. And then communicate your vision, because he said once you've made a strong connection with your people, share your hopes and dreams. Cast your vision for a common future and invite them to join you on the journey. Does this give you some ideas today? I hope. How to have a better connection with people, starting with ourselves, starting with loving ourselves. Sometimes I forget that. And lots of love around asking them to do something big. If you ask your team, let's all get to company convention this year and let's all bring 10 people. That's a big goal. Or they're doing a big challenge. You want to love them, support them, be there for them, be a third-party caller for validation for them, provide your love and support. See, this is a big thing that we're asking each other to do a challenge together. This is a good time of year to do a challenge because New Year's is coming up. A lot of people are in connection with family, friends, coworkers at parties, or hobby people that have hobbies are having parties right now to get together, and Christmas exchanges and all that. So it's a good time to connect with people, to do a challenge for your product or recruiting, and then let that go into the new year. For the New Year's start, a lot of people want to start a business at the beginning of the year, have a New Year's resolution. They like to earn some more money or use a new product or lose weight. So this is a good time to do a challenge, you guys. And I happen to specialize in helping network marketers go through challenges, so I can give you information if you'd like about that. But think about offering, proposing this to your team. That's a big thing. What support are you going to give them in return? Are you going to value them, edify them, see the vision until they can catch it themselves, and appreciate them? Focus on their strengths. Build that up. Be that safe place for them to come when they have challenges, which they always do during a challenge. There are interruptions and obstacles, I'll say, that always come up during a 30, 60, or 90-day challenge in network marketing or in any business. There's going to be challenges. So let them bring this to you rather than go missing. Let them bring their obstacles to you, and maybe together you can put your heads together and find a solution for them. And welcome, Fernando. Welcome, Tony. Welcome, Nancy. Nancy's a new grandma like I am. Nancy had a birthday the other day. Happy birthday, girl. And you can see pictures of her and her new little granddaughter. Grandbaby, not sure. So good job, everybody. If you are here to learn how to make a better connection, if you have a commitment to yourself and to your team or your family to be a better connector, please type in yes, because I want to acknowledge you for that. And if you're here, just jumped in now, you might want to catch the replay, because there's some really cool tips that I gave from a number of people, including John Maxwell, about how to be a better connector. Hope this helps. I love you. Let's do this together. Monday, today is Friday. Monday, we will cover law number 11, the law of the inner circle. And this is how a leader works with people closest to them to get the best results, and how to know who those people are and what to do with them. So join us Monday. We're here every noon Eastern time, Monday through Friday, covering one of the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership by John Maxwell. And if you want a free copy of that ebook to follow along, just go to our Facebook group, MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show, and you can request membership there, get a free ebook, and go scroll down, find all the replays, and over 500 MLM leaders there. So these are the cream of the crop, you guys. Wonderful people in there, including yourselves. And thanks. That's babysitting. You're babysitting your granddaughter right now? That's awesome. That's awesome. Nothing better than that. Love you guys. Take care. See you on Monday. And let's make it a great weekend. Okay? See who we can help. See who we connect with. Bye-bye.